Today Dad took me out to eat at the Blue Ridge Grill. Which I believe is a local family restaurant within the town of Greece. We both got coffee, but I had mine plain, while Dad put creamer in his. I believe I had roughly 2-ish cups of coffee, not counting the 1 cup of coffee I had at Dad's place in the morning before we went to the Blue Ridge Grill as part of a planned stop before Dad took me back to Rockford College as part of with Pringles and breakfast fruit bars. I sold the Dwarven Portal thinking that would cause me to lose all of my resources because I had hit the capacity of both granite and copper. And I still have this Throne Hall's Copper Buckles quest. So in the meantime, while I wait to regain my level 5 Dwarven Portal, turns out selling the Dwarven Portal did not cause me to lose all of my resources. Luckily, I did manage to ultimately find a way to use up resources, and that was by selling and then repaving Dwarven streets. I'm currently working on this. When I have the population, I'm going to upgrade this steel manufactory in order to meet the requirements of this quest. And it's a possibility that not too long after that I could complete this quest after getting my level 5 Dwarven Portal back. I just need to know from here on out not to constantly produce granite and copper. Though the granite is produced automatically, so I'll just have to ignore it in the future. That is, if that's possible. I may end up collecting the granite on instinct. Even though I have plenty of supplies at this point, it still costs quite a bit of supplies to pave Dwarven streets. So, and not only do I not get, when I sell the Dwarven streets, not only do I not get the resources back, the settlement resources, but I also don't get the coins or supplies back. That new part with the new residents in progress. That was because I completed this research technology lately. Although I think I may have completed it a while ago, it's only just now that I decided to. I was able to figure out a way that I could get both the residents or population I needed for the level 16 steel manufactory and the space needed for it. Can't forge a rune yet. I got up around 8:48 a.m. I set an alarm for 8 a.m. both on my laptop via an online website and on my phone because the guest Wi-Fi at Dad's apartment unit is a bit spotty. I have to reconnect every few hours or so. I've been working on the 99 stand hamming, and me and Dad left for the Blue Ridge Grill at around 10 a.m. I got back to Brockport at roughly 11:20 a.m. So, about an hour to spare before my national security class started at 12:20. Though I joined the online class a bit early roughly 15 minutes early, because I know that now the national security classes are always started with some kind of YouTube video to watch, I guess, while waiting for class to start. And it's supposed to be about what today's lecture is about. I forgot about lunch today. I did my weekly pool test today at roughly, I scheduled it for 2:20 p.m., but I came at around 2 p.m. because I know that you can generally show up 20 minutes early to your reservation and be over with the pool test before the time you scheduled your reservation for. Though I don't believe you can, for example, show up an hour early or 2 hours early. And in my opinion, there's no need to. The 20 minutes early rule is just so to ensure I don't show up late. Even though Eagle Hall is the residence hall that's the very closest to the Cirque, where the pool test is always held. The pool test takes just minutes, but the most stressful aspect of it is the thought of getting a false positive. And that's why I try to be as careful as I can not to touch my teeth while moving the swab up and down my cheeks, the inner cheeks, up and then down about 5 times on each cheek for a total of 10 swipes on each inside cheek. I've been working on my VHL Central assignment for Spanish today. It's due by midnight tonight, but I only have one assignment left, one activity to do on it. And it's the final part to a listening exercise. The thing is, it's one of those activities that only gives you one attempt. Which I like considerably less than the activities that give you unlimited attempts. And there's also activities where often every assignment comes with an activity where you either watch a video, either a active grammar tutorial or a flash cultura or something along those lines. I use this bag to carry this food that I just got from Harrison Dining Hall not too long ago. I bought after getting the food at Harrison Dining Hall, I made a stop at the Nest and got 3 Rockstar energy drinks. This time, those in the X-Durance series rather than the Thermo series, because the Nest didn't have any Rockstar Thermo energy drinks. Yeah, there's a study guide for the midterm for national security, and the midterm is actually available right now, but I don't have to take it until the end of the week on Friday by midnight, but starting from now, I can take it at any time, but it's wise to first build a study guide. Even though this time around there's no Word document for me to make notes off of. I've just about reached stage 6 of Everywhere at the End of Time. The helium double hockey stick sirens, I didn't find them to be that scary. I was kind of expecting the sirens to really be wailing for at least a minute, but to me at least it lasted roughly 15 seconds at best. In stage 4, there's some very brief sections mixed in there where there is music similar to those you found during the first 3 stages, but and those 2 sections only last about 30 or so seconds before it comes back to that musical noise, which can be calming to listen to at points. Such as during the temporary bliss state of stage 4. And I think the last 2 tracks of stage 5, so roughly half of stage 5, excuse me, I got some green beans. In terms of the 99th Dan Hamming, I'm currently working on that relatively brief scene where Dan Hamming approaches Caesar's dad from outside of the convenience store. Approaching the window, I'm trying to create that impression of the micro Uzi being in front of one of his hands. Although based on what I've seen, it's going to take quite a bit of work. I've created some... I was at last able to figure out something that would work. Turns out for a while I had trouble getting it to match up completely, but it turns out all I had to do was simply copy the original video and just turn up the tolerance from a high 20s%, I believe 28%, to the high 80s of 89%. And that pretty much got the equivalent of those cow pow video, but without the difference in frames. Now without that misalignment, so that's one problem solved. And me and Dad both got, at the Blue Ridge Grill, we both got the Dublin omelet, which is true to its name, has a corned beef and hash, as well as being lathered with hollandaise sauce. Which caused Dad to say it was similar to my usual Eggs Benedict. Though that omelet could now be my new usual. We'll just have to see. Oddly enough, I got blue lights appeared on the number pad when I first entered my room code. Upon Dad me dropping me off back here. And I found a paper card halfway under the door to my dorm room. I have no idea if this has something to do with bad hygiene, the room being too dirty, someone thinking I'm no longer a resident, even though I do still live in this dorm room. just not a majority of the time due to Dad picking me up, often picking me up either on Wednesday or Thursday. Because which Dad started doing because my Spanish class recently became partially online rather than fully in person. But the last Thursday class was in person, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on at this point. And the later stages of Everywhere at the End of Time, stages 4, 5, and 6, do at times leave me craving the music that was played during stages 1, 2, and 3. And that's probably part of the point of the whole album. I also had a personnel meeting starting at 5 p.m. that lasted for roughly an hour, during which I believe we discussed potential changes to the BSG Constitution, I believe it was primarily about that.